And we're back. So let's see who this official person is. Bad news. Mistrust is being repaid with mistrust. Remember, nobody's working with my family no more. Mistrust is being repaid with mistrust. Everybody feel like they lied to them. They sent them on a dummy mission, a suicide mission. Look, this dark cult, aka this family. What's this? Archangel Haniel. So let's see what's going on with this. It's like read in between the lines. People, read in between the lines. If you watch my videos and you see how these cards pop out, there's no way you think I'm crazy. There's no way. There's no way. Balance has to be restored. Absolutely. And guess what the balance is? Me pulling these cards, exposing these hoes. Guess what's bringing in my karmic justice? That spiritual bath, codependent. How you like me now? Hey, that's what God said. God said, how you like me now? One-on-one. Because remember, I'm supposed to be dead. I'm not supposed to be pulling these cards, exposing them. Tell me about this official person, Holy Spirit. A soulmate wanted me codependent. Remember, they didn't ever want me to leave him. This just keep coming out. And I know this what they want to talk about because they've been talking about it all day. Spiritual bath. Baby dad was coached. You see how they keep bringing him up? Because it's something I need to be doing that I ain't doing. And they on my ass, okay? You see how they at me? You see how they at me? Okay, so what make you think you safe? I'm not even safe. If I don't do, literally, if I me not doing this would be telling God no. I ain't telling God no. I ain't telling God no. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Tell me, codependent is bad news. Somebody that's codependent is getting bad news. They learning a hard lesson. So tell me about this baby dad was coached. And then we're going to get back to this official person. We got Ronald, called death to every area of my life. The intention matters. So he was speaking down on me. He was speaking death over me. Oh, she ain't gonna do this. Oh, she ain't gonna do that. She not gonna do this. That's trying to dead. Your thoughts are deading somebody else. Look, baby dad was coached. Tried to swap your good health and give you their bad health. So remember, I just said they was doing the spell work. The spell work wasn't working. So then they involved my friends. And then they involved other lovers. And then they were hiring the hits off the dark web. Okay. So I said, what is baby dad was coached? So this is them telling you that they even coached my baby dad on how to do magic on me in order to keep me low vibrational and codependent. So the magic is not working because I'm too high vibrational. When you vibrate at a certain frequency, remember I explained this before. Okay, so think of like wavelengths, right? So when you're high vibrational, your wavelengths is like this. When you're low vibrational, you got them highs and you got them lows. So the more spaced out in between the frequencies, that leaves leeway for demons and entities to enter into your energetic field. Not to mention, I have a whole bubble over me, a whole bubble that you can't see. My angels and my ancestors, they got me on lock, okay? When I say there's nothing you can do, nothing energetically, nothing spiritually, nothing physically, okay? So when you vibrate low, that's how they're able to send magic at you, and that's how it's able to take you out, because it's room for the demon to get through. So if you're high vibrational, nothing's getting through there. It's just going to ping, 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 ping. It's just going to be pinging off because there's nowhere for it to get in. So they wanted me to be codependent, thinking that I need him, that, oh, nobody else is going to want me, or who else am I going to find? Or they just wanted me codependent so that the spell work could work. Baby dad was coached. That's the truth. Then we have Ronald again, called death to every area of my life. Heavy on the Ronald, calling death to every area of my life. So tell me more about this official person, Holy Spirit, because they knew I was an official person. Remember, they always knew who I was. They always knew I was a star. They always knew who I would be. And here I am, heart still light as a feather, even though they've been doing all this bibbity bop on me my whole life. Balance has to be restored. Tell me about this official person, Holy Spirit. Tell me about the official person. They tried to claim credit for my success. Didn't I say that already? Remember I said you build up your wish fulfillment lifetime after lifetime. So there's lessons that you're supposed to learn every time you go down here, 5:33. Every time you come down here, 5:33 on the clock. So when you come down here, you either pass your lessons or you fail them. And with every lesson that you pass, you get closer to being in your destiny. So like I just said, I worked my way up to this, to be an ascended master, to be a shaman over lifetimes. This came out the other day when I had them past life oracle decks. I've always been this person, right? They always take me out. I ain't gonna say always. I ain't gonna say every lifetime they've taken me out. But multiple lifetimes they've taken me out. I've also been a boy before in other lifetimes. And I know because when I was a kid, I used to always tell my mom, like, I wish I was a boy. I wish I was a boy. And she's like, what are you talking about? When Sierra made that, if I was a boy, was that her? No, that was Beyonce. But Sierra made a If I Was a Boy song. And I remember I used to scream that shit at the top of my lungs. When she made that song, I felt like, yes, somebody else feels like me. I also used to say I was adopted. I used to say that shit all the fucking time. Like, I'm adopted. I'm adopted. I'm adopted. And I remember literally like the last time I ever said that, my mom, she looked at me. And the way she looked at me, she's like, why do you keep saying that? And the way she said it, as a kid, I felt like I hurt her feelings. Now that I know what I know and I look back on that, she trying to figure out, how do I know that? That was the look on her face. How do I know that I don't belong to these people? And then she ran to the practitioner and had them do even more spell work on me to suppress me as a child so that I didn't remember anything. So these people tried to claim credit for my success. Look. Somebody will pass away. They want me to shut up so bad. Why they want me to shut up? Oh, that's right, because I'm exposing how they tried to take me out with magic and how they sent in fake lovers to me to infect me and get me sick so that I would die. So that way the lies they told would be supported. This dark cult, they ignored the warnings. God told them to leave me the fuck alone. That's why somebody gonna pass away. Look, tapped in, tuned in. We already seen spitting straight facts. Tapped in, tuned in. Baby, mama tuned in. Mama tapped in, tuned in. Why they want me to shut up? Uncle Bob, this fake ass, phony ass family, that's who want me to shut up. Because it's a powerful soul in this meat suit. And they wanted me on booger powder. They said I was on booger powder, or somebody is doing booger powder. They want me to shut up so bad. Same demon, different body. All these people. We already seen body hijacked. So all these people, they're so low vibrational that they allowed a demon to infiltrate their vessel. All these people is on the same mission, 8:55 on the clock. They all were trying to take me out. Now, this is why I'm not mad, like, because it's a demon. It's not the actual person. It's the demon that's controlling their body. I explained this actually in a recent video. Now somebody that got cancer from black magic want peace. The nerve, right? The nerve. Same demon, different body. Touch not my anointed. What did I say? What did I say? God been told them to leave me alone and they ignored the warnings. Now somebody would pass away because he's told you, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. We already seen shaman. A bridge between realms. Okay, sounds like a prophet to me. A soulmate is getting bad news. Is bad news to a soulmate? Cousin. So remember, a soulmate can be a family member, a close friend, anybody you share a close bond with. And you see how his cards say Cousin Cam, Brandon say Brandon, Brandy say Brandy. Nobody else cards say Cousin Cam. You want to know why his cards say Cousin Cam? Because he was actually my favorite cousin. It'd be the ones you least expect. The ones you least expect. Somebody will pass away. Somebody will pass away. Egyptian ancestors, reading between the lines. Balance has to be restored. Hate crime, bad news. The magic is the illusion. Somebody will pass away because of my testimony. It say testify, but because of what I'm saying. Now, don't forget, this is Spiritual Court TV. Okay, I'm reporting live from the ethers. And what do I say when I report in live? So remember when I told y'all that this is a battle. I've been battling these demons for lifetimes. For lifetimes. I've died and came back and encountered the same people doing the same thing lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It's a battle between light and dark. Remember that card I got? So in the heavens, the astral realm, the 5D, the angels and the gods are literally looking down on this battle. It's a battle of the century. When I say spiritual court, we already seen spiritual judge. I'm literally a spiritual judge. I know. I can't believe it either. I had no idea until I got into the real God, until I got into tarot. That's how I figured out. Like, damn, I'm literally famous in the spiritual realm. I'm not joking. How do you know you're not? You think I'm so crazy? What if you're an ancient god or goddess? What if you're a spiritual judge? What if you're a star and your family have been oppressing you your whole life? Is that not something to look into? Imagine all the riches that you have spiritually, as above, so below. Once you discover who you are, everything that you have in the spiritual realm, you get it in the physical realm. So if I'm rich and abundant and a celebrity in the spiritual realm, it has no choice but to trickle down, as above, so below, right? So these people, I'm on the stand right now. They came up against a shaman, a ascended master, a spiritual judge. So in my courtroom, I'm on the stand testifying to another judge, God, what these people did to me. This is me testifying. This is me sharing my testimony, sharing my story, telling my truth, my unfiltered truth. This is me testifying. Somebody will pass away because of this. That's the touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. It was a bad investment. They're getting bad news because I'm testifying in spiritual court. And these people got the poker face. Cam on the internet talk about, oh, you sound crazy. We all be talking about how crazy you sound. No, more than likely you're talking about how crazy it is that I figured out your diabolical plan. That's the poker face. What did I just say? They've been suppressing, what did I say? They've been doing work on you since I was a child. Didn't I just say that? That they've been looking into my life, my whole life. They've been getting readings on me my whole entire life. When I say the meticulation, I don't even think that's a word, but we're going to use it. The meticulation that went into stealing my destiny and sacrificing me since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, they've been planning this. I wasn't even supposed to make it to 32. I was supposed to been dead. They thought their plan was airtight. They thought it was airtight. They thought it was no way that it was going to fail. Now they having a meeting. Didn't I just say they talking about how they can't believe that I figured out what they had planned for me? What they had planned for my life? That card that I told y'all they literally wanted to marionette me and wanted to control my every move. They literally were planned out how they were going to control my life so that it would benefit them. And they used magic to do it. I didn't know nothing about magic. I had no idea. Like, you know, you hear about it, but I didn't think it was like real. I didn't think it was a thing. Like, you think like islanders do that, or like Caribbeans or something. Like, I mean, when I say million, and not in a million, trillion, gazillion, bazillion years did I ever imagine this. I hate to do it. I really do. I mean, it's fun. I enjoy it, but I wish I wasn't talking about my family. I wish I was just like on the internet, just pulling cards. I, and I don't use the word hate because that's a strong word, but I literally, when I say I hate that, I really do. It actually makes me quite sad. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's really sad for real. Like, to even get on here. Like, I mean, you know, I'm cool now because I made it, and I know that there's nothing that they can do. But just think, if I didn't wake up, if I didn't realize the illusions that they were painting me in and putting me in, if I never woke up to this, and I would be dead right now. Confirmation. Y'all can't even see my phone. Like, I would literally not be here no more. Like, it sound like, oh, she crazy. Like, but no, this shit is crazy. The way, when I say meticulous plan, like, it's so well constructed. Like, the fact that they thought this out, when I say, it blows my mind. And it's like, everybody, and they just kikiing, laughing in my face, having a good time. Or that card I got, you loved them and they hated you. You couldn't, man, when I say you couldn't have told me that this is what I was going to discover about my family. Like, child, it's crazy work. They've been doing work on you since you was a child. Look, who is brother? Who is brother? We just seen Cam. Brandon is his brother. And they said nobody working with their family no more. Mistrust is being repaid with mistrust. These people is out for revenge. 17:33 on the clock. A gold digger. They've been suppressing my memory since I was a child. They were all gold diggers, and now this gold digger is on that ass. Because you lied to him. That came out the other day with James Anderson. Tell me about this gold digger here. He's the karmic reader. He falling in the grave. These people is falling in the grave that they dug for me. Because I'm a Palladian, a champion, a defender of a noble cause. That's me. Then we say the demon they sent you, y'all be drinking coffee together. They love me. They love me in heaven and in hell. I have demons and angels riding for me. He fallen in the grave he dug for me because he hid cameras in the house. Remember that had came out with the CIA before? I told you he was an informant. He hid cameras in my house. He fallen in the grave he dug for me. Oh, a card fell down here. Let me find it. Let's see. This twin flame. Who we talking about? This twin flame that they sent in. He hid cameras in my house, y'all. He hid cameras in my house. And it's so crazy. Like, I can't even like be like, oh, like a friend. Now, originally, before I found out my family was involved, I was just learning about the crazy stalker nigga. And I remember, even before, this is when me and him was still together, I remember talking to Kiesha on the phone, and then like when I would see him, he would repeat my conversations, like little bits and pieces. And it's like, nigga, how the fuck did you know that? So I told him, like, I'm on the phone with Kiesha and he's right there. And I'm like, I'm convinced you either got cameras or microphones in my house, because there's no way you know what the fuck I'm talking about if there's no cameras or microphones in my house. And then so I made a card. And guess what comes out all the time? That he really did hide cameras in my house. And you gonna have a lawsuit for that too, because my kids be walking around naked all day, y'all. All day. So not only did they have me on the dark web, on the Truman Show, goddammit, the Rachel Show, should I say, they had my kids on there too. And my kids be walking around. I'm telling you, when I say these people got charges on top of charges on top of charges, we already seen that you going to jail. We already seen that. It's a powerful soul in this meat suit. That's why they falling in the grave that they dug for me. Because I'm Isis. I'm the original magician. I'm the one loved by heaven and hell. I'm the one loved by demons and angels. I'm the shaman. And they tried to take me out. So tell me more about this official person, Holy Spirit. Heavy on the meeting. An official person is having a meeting. Because my heart is as light as a feather. So an official person must be like, we seen the CIA, so that must be the official person, because this is pretty much just telling me everything these people did. So this official person know that I'm telling the truth about everything that be popping out here, and they having a meeting. Let's see what the meeting is about. What's the meeting about, Holy Spirit? What's the meeting about? How I saved myself and how I got Egyptian ancestors. These, like I said, this official person is reading in between the lines. He know I'm telling the truth about this family full of devils. They having a meeting about this family full of devils and how they all karmic as fuck and they operate out of this they shadow side. How they hired this crazy stalker nigga off the dark web. How you like me now, God? So what they finding out in this meeting that they having about this family full of, what did I say? Paid to harm you, paid hits. That's what they having a meeting about. How they sent in this person with a beard, this fake ass lover, to date me. Tell me more about this meeting. Heart is light as a feather and somebody else is going through an ego death because they can't, the spell work ain't spelling, period. The universe has my back. Exactly. Exactly. Shout out to the universe for having my back. The universe has your back. Family out here acting like the mob. Didn't I say all these drug dealers? They out here acting like the mob. Out here ordering hits on me. Putting money on my head. Do you hear me? Baby, baby, baby. Baby, after sadness, happiness, and hope returns. All that working, what did it get you? Look, operating out of their childhood wounds. We already seen that. What's that came out? Shadow side. Karmic. Operating out of their shadow side. Their childhood wounds. All that working, what did it get you? This family out here acting like the mob. All that working, what did it get you? They going through unbearable karma. Archangel Haniel got my back. They on their ass. Heavy on the they ignored the warnings. 2311 on the clock. It's the final countdown. So that's what's going on with this official person. This is either an official person in the courthouse or an official person in the government. So let's find out who the false person is. Let's get more cards. Trauma bond. We already seen codependent. They wanted me to trauma bond with this crazy motherfucker. What's that? Cycle over. These is new. I didn't shuffle these in yet, so I'm not going to use these. I'm not going to use these because I didn't shuffle them through the other cards. Look. They've been suppressing my memory since I was a child. Didn't we already say that? Oh, okay. Because we already seen Baby You a Star. Because they knew who I was if I was to get on my path. And to stay true to the contract that I made with the Most High. They knew who and what I would become. They knew, they always knew I was powerful. That's why they tried to suppress me and keep me oppressed. And keep on sending in these fake ass, dirty ass lovers. They was making fake social, somebody that wanted me to trauma bond with them, made fake social media accounts. So they did all of this my whole life to keep me low vibrational. Look, a preacher. Who's the preacher? I know who the preacher is. Y'all remember who the preacher is? Never saw this coming. How did you know? Didn't I say I was never supposed to figure out their plan? I was never supposed to figure out their plot, their plan, their scheme. Remember? So tell me about these false people, Holy Spirit. Tell me about these false people. Witness. Tell me about these false people. They did magic on me. They wanted to control my confidence. Remember, they wanted me codependent. So they did magic in order to control my confidence. This false person is evicted or homeless. That's what they wanted for me. And now they got a victim mentality. They did all this because a grandparent left me money. We already seen money hungry. So they wanted me evicted and homeless with a victim mentality because they knew this grandparent left me money. Current energy. This is what's going on right now. Evicted, homeless. Bree? That already came out. How you like me now? On me, where's the lie? Ancestors is on next. They got my back. They here for me. Evicted, homeless. Bree. What's this evicted, homeless Bree? Alien, immortal, car accident. Evicted, homeless. They wanted, remember they said I died in a car accident. Hidden in plain sight. Here we go. Hidden in plain sight. Possessed by a jinn. Probably the one they sent you. Who possessed by a jinn? Bree possessed by a jinn? What's this hidden in plain sight? They were warned. Mother Gaia is on this group head about this car accident. Look, this group got a STD. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If the spell work would just work. If we could just get rid of her already. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Archangel Azrael. She got something to do with death. These people is not smart. These karmics. Because I'm alien. They were warned. So evicted, homeless, Bree. Hidden in plain sight, possessed by a jinn. They were warned. Now tell me more about this Bree. Front row seats. I'm sorry. Somebody that got front row seats want to say they sorry? Tell me more about this Bree. Who is this Bree? Coventized, under judgment for knowing and doing nothing. Look, who the sister? We done seen every family member. We ain't seen too many names. We seen Uncle Terry. I seen Uncle Arnold. I don't think I said it. We got Bree. We done seen Cam, Brandon, and Brandy. Houseway. They all siblings. They all got coven ties. Either her or Bree is under judgment for knowing and doing nothing. Tell me more about Bree. What did he do? Even if the devil called, that don't mean you answer. So he sold his soul. He's a friend of me. Boundaries. Ooh, they telling. Because remember I said that I was talking to my cousin. And he called me trying to see why I was posting. And he was telling me how the other cousin was going to come and say something. That was Bree. So they telling me that Bree was in on getting me evicted and homeless. He was the one that was hidden in plain sight. He's possessed by a jinn from working with these people because he was warned. Even if the devil called, that don't mean you answer. They telling me that he's an enemy and to put up boundaries to him. AKA stop talking to him. Mask off. Aunt Sally. So the reason he called me, because I guess Sierra had called him or wrote him or whatever and was asking him why did he say that on my post. And he like, because I don't know who that nigga is and she my favorite cousin. So even when he told me, when I was talking to him on the phone and he was telling me like how she was going to reach out to me for whatever reason, I forget the word that he used, but it's to figure out what was going on. He was like, it was giving, as I'm talking to him on the phone, it was giving. She called him and figured, well, since you wrote on her page, can you go talk to her? Which I wasn't tripping, because if he commented on my page, then he probably closer than you, and he'd probably be able to get his message across. The message I told him to give y'all was to, number one, suck an egg. Google it, because I just figured it out what it means too, and I love it. So suck a motherfucking egg and suck my dick from the back is what I told him to go tell him. So they telling me to put up boundaries to Bree because he's an enemy. He sold his soul. He was the one that was hidden in plain sight. He was warned, and now he possessed by a jinn. He knew this grandparent left me money, and he also wanted me to have a victim mentality. Then we got Horse. So, tell me about this victim mentality. Jasmine J. She finding out that I'm the Empress. Soul Tribe. They wanted me to have a victim mentality so I would never meet my soul tribe. So I would never meet my real family. You know, ones that are not going to backstab me or betray me or try to take me out. People just like me. So your soul tribe is people just like you, who've been through the same thing as you, or they're like readers. A serial voodoo unaliver wanted me to have a victim mentality. We already seen the preacher, and she comes out as the serial voodoo unaliver. My mom. Somebody asked about the situation recently, and the person laughed and said you was crazy. Now, who that sound like? Who commented on my TikTok? So somebody seen me tag him, and they asked him what I was. Oh, that's why he commented on my shit, because he trying to cover his ass. So somebody asked Cam what I was talking about in the video and why I tagged him in there, and he laughed it off and said I was crazy. And then after that, to cover his ass, he came to my page and wrote on the video and said, "Oh, you crazy. You need to go to Belmont Pines. You need help. We feel like you need help." That's why you in jail right now, because you're a stupid criminal. You're a stupid criminal. That's why you're in jail right now. Because ain't no motherfucker way in a million years I would have ever commented. If this was me and somebody was telling on me like this, I'm Ghost. Okay? I am Ghost. That's why you in jail right now. Somebody asked about the situation, and the person laughed and said you was crazy. You are royalty. And that's what this lawyer with this fake birth certificate is finding out. That's why he feel like I'm unfuckwittable and undefeated, because I'm royalty. Foul play on the board. It was never happening to me. It was always happening for me. All shit, she can see us. Somebody asked about the situation. Look, I win and you lose. Somebody asked about the situation recently, and the person laughed and said you was crazy. Brandy. Under judgment for knowing and doing. So it was her. So she knew about these coven ties. She knew what these people was doing. And here I am. Since I remember who I am, now she want to say she's sorry because she knew. But remember, I'm supposed to be dead. So if they would have took me out and they got this money and this life insurance money and all that, then it would have been cool. But because I remembered who I am and she knew about it, now she want to say she's sorry. Because she knew that this motherfucker was illegally surveillancing me. Look, blasphemy. Google blasphemy. Ooh, wait, here we go again. Now this group is talking about if we can just take her out. If we can just take her out. Now Brandy is under judgment for knowing and doing nothing. That's a shame. That's a shame. Because ain't no motherfucking way. And I used to always try and figure out, like, let me do this last card and then I'm going to tell y'all. Witness. She was the witness. Remember, we seen this when we first cracked the deck. That was the first card. She was the witness. Because them is her brothers. So she knew what they got into. She knew how they really got their money. Wanted you to chase them. You don't know these fools. Grandparent left you money. Mask off. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Mask off. Fucking mask. Make sure it ain't nothing else down there. Okay. So, let's see. It says, closet witch, grandparent left you money And a closet witch is undercover. Mask off, though. So who's the closet witch? Is Brandy the closet witch? Tell me about this closet witch. They've been suppressing your memory since a child. And it came out. This closet witch been suppressing my memory. She thought it was funny. This leader of a cult, a matriarch, my mom, the humiliation ritual backfired. It ain't funny no more. Because it's all over social media. Ooh, that's a new card. Because it's all over social media. They see people getting fucked up from the spell work and they still doing it. So tell me about this closet witch that's been suppressing my memory since I was a child. Been suppressing this closet witch. Been suppressing my memory since I was a child. We all have free will. Archangel Azrael. Trying to block a high priestess intuition is punishable by death. So this closet witch that been suppressing my memory since a child because she knew that this grandparent left me money is the person that's going to pass away. Because we all have free will. And she used her free will to do magic on me to suppress my memory so that I would never awaken to my highest and greatest self and remember who the fuck I am. What's this undercover? Embarrassed. Somebody that was undercover is embarrassed. A dried up hoe or nigga because they was living a double life. Why they embarrassed? Hold on, let me shuffle. Because they dropping like flies. For trying to, it was a near-death experience for me. Because I told you I got away just in the nick of time. Literally, I told y'all in season 1 how I broke up with him. Literally, I feel like if I would have let him in my house that night, I feel like that was the night he would have took me out. No lie. No lie. Front row seats to this, I'm giving y'all, my ancestors, God is giving y'all, the universe is giving y'all front row seats to how I encountered a near-death experience from these people that was in this coven ties, and how they was doing magic on me, trying to kill me, trying to take me out. So they embarrassed. This undercover is embarrassed. Why is this undercover embarrassed? Why is this undercover embarrassed? Damn. I'm sorry. They do black magic on people to get them to work with them. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So this undercover that's embarrassed is giving the crazy stalker nigga. Remember I said in the beginning that he had a contract. He was an informant for the CIA. Now he embarrassed. He want to say he's sorry because they did magic on him to get him to work with them. And I cut him off. Who we talking about? Y'all better quit playing. Y'all better quit playing. Y'all better quit playing. Cut them off. Snip, snip. I heard you sold your soul. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Look, this came out with him earlier. That he saw. I ain't post that video yet, but by the time y'all see this one, y'all gonna see that one. I heard you sold your soul. Earlier I said, what's Uncle Glenn? And it came out, I heard you sold your soul. He the leader of the cult? I heard you sold your soul. Cold case. Wishing they never worked with them. Oh. So remember I said the message from James Anderson that I did on James Anderson, aka Cam. So it came out that the crazy stalker nigga, he's watching my videos and he's finding out all the lies about these people. He didn't know that these people wasn't my family. He didn't know that they stole me. He didn't know it was a cold case on me before he got involved. That's why he wishing that he never worked with them, because now he's caught up in their mess. Once you know what's going on, the magic don't work no more. Exactly. All because they wanted to steal what was left to me. And Brandon did a life insurance policy on me, and he did a PPP loan in my business name. Yeah, look, did magic on you. Tell me more before we wrap it up. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Oh, look, that backfire motherfucker. Will we for a witness? What's going on here, Holy Spirit? Anything else you need me to know? They paid demons to come and hurt me. Remember, I told you they was going to be at my funeral crying, fake crying, like they wasn't the ones who sent the demon to me. Ain't that what I originally said in the beginning? Oh, okay. Just making sure you guys are keeping up. So, I outrank all of them. Doing spell work daily, trying to take me out. They were illegally surveillancing me, and that was blasphemy. Remember that one episode that I had posted? It said, this is a message from God himself. And the first card out was he on the CIA. God, the universe is on the CIA ass, because they the ones who put the cameras in my house. Remember, they were working with the crazy stalker nigga. He was the informant, and they had him hide cameras in my house because my family already had me in what's the MK Ultra program since I was a kid. They were already allowing the CIA to use energy directed weapons on me. Remember, they wanted me to be low vibration though, and they were confirmation, and they were using energy directed weapons to mess with my frequency, with my vibration, because they were doing spell work and they needed it to work. So I was like a experiment, a test dummy for the CIA, and they hired this fake ass, phony ass family to come in and pose as my family as they abused me my whole life. So I think I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna come back with this one, and we're gonna see what come out of here regarding the situation, and then yeah, and then I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm done for the night.